Once again, we find ourselves in a best-of-7 contest with none other than the San Jose Sharks. I tell you, every year we play these guys. Is this not the team that we've played every single time we've made it to the playoffs? We once again square off in round one. You can thank the NHL's playoff format for this, by the way. I don't even know if you can hear that. I don't know if that came through the microphone. There is a motorcycle that went by so loud. Oh, it was so loud. It sounded like it was in the room with me. Thank you for interrupting my intro, buddy. So anyway, we play the San Jose Sharks on home ice, and as we usually do, we are going to go and preview the San Jose Sharks. San Jose, how did they do this year? Logan Couture had a 91-point season in 82 games. Very well done. Probably who would be the Shark? It's probably Joe Pavelski as the Sharks captain, I would guess. We're going to find out when we play games. We'll find all that out. He had a 28-goal year. That wasn't the most on the team. Charles Bertrand, who I believe was undrafted. He's the undrafted guy out of France that's played 328 career games, 107 career goals, 295 points. So he's had it even has his career playoff games and points and everything. So he's been a stellar producer for the San Jose Sharks in the regular season at least. Let's compare last season. He had 72 points last year. Of course, we did not make the postseason. When was the last time we were in? The 1920 season. So that was the year we actually faced the Sharks in the playoffs. And he had a 70-point year. So he just keeps getting better as he is now in his 30s. He's 31 years of age now, a plus 23 this year on a stellar Sharks squad. Sean Monahan, who I tried to acquire in free agency, and of course we went over the whole fact that we traded him to Boston and everything. He had a 22-goal, 70-point year. He would have been a nice piece to add, but he rejected my offer and chose instead to sign with San Jose. A very old Pavelski, 37 years of age, 64-point year, 22 goals. Still not slowing down just yet in perhaps what I would assume would be his last season in the NHL. Winquist, 56 points, and down the list we go. There's Roland McEwen. This is sorted by all skaters, so I didn't sort this by forwards or defensemen. But this is the whole Sharks team as they produced this year. I just mainly wanted to see their top producers offensively speaking anyway. The goaltenders this year, the man that took charge in the net would be Pettersson Wenzel with 50 games played. It doesn't tell how many starts, but this is the shocking one. 1.81 GAA. Is he drafted? He was a 5th-round pick by the Atlanta Thrashers. Yes, a 2010 Atlanta Thrashers draft pick. He's played 85 career games. 30 years old, and what did he do last year? He was in the AHL, so this is his first year getting NHL games. And he put together, look at these numbers. 1.81 GAA, 88 goals against on 1,470 shots with a 940 save percentage, appearing in, what did I say already, 50 games. Just insane numbers. He's definitely the number one goaltender here because Niemi did retire. So the Sharks had to move on from Niemi. We will not be facing him this time around. Jonas Enroth, the longtime veteran goaltender, also Swedish. He has played 385 career games, 8 playoff games in his career, 1 win. He is basically the backup for the San Jose Sharks. Played in 38 games this year. The previous season, before that, 43 games. I don't know who that was with. I'm going to guess it was with the San Jose Sharks the year before that. Numbers got a little bit worse this year. 2.86 GAA, 906 save percentage. Probably not the goaltender to pay attention to because I don't think unless we really get to... Was it Pettersson Wenzel? Yeah, unless we get to Pettersson Wenzel, we're probably not going to be seeing Jonas Enroth in this series. So now I got to figure out, how do I want to call the goaltender? Do I just want to call him Wenzel? Because saying Pettersson Wenzel every time he makes a save is going to be way too much. So I think we're just going to go with Wenzel or PW. And by the way, we saw this at the start of the season when we did the season sim, but this is the way the lineup for the Sharks looks. The first line being Gagliardi, Couture, Bertrand, Winquist, Pavelski, Monahan as the second line. I'm going to have my eyes on Sean Monahan. I might even target him physically. Not to injure, but just target him physically. Get in his head a little bit. Martin, Pettit, Hurdle, Tierney, Watson, Carlson. That's the bottom six. The defense pairings are Mueller, McEwen. We've gotten familiar with Roland McEwen, who has become a formidable top pair guy for the San Jose Sharks, has had really good regular seasons. He got injured the last time we faced these guys in the playoffs, and he had a miserable game in the game that the Sharks got eliminated in that series. Vlasic, Irwin, Brennan, and Demers. That's a really solid D-core. Nothing to complain about. It looks very strong. And in fact, I think it kind of mirrors what we have going on our D-core. Just to show you, our D-core has an 89 overall Aaron Ekblad, who is now paired with Jonathan Blum. With the departure of Theo Peckham, we also acquired in Season 8, right? Didn't we acquire Oscar Klefbom from the Edmonton Oilers? I forgot what we dealt. We sent Seeloff to Anaheim. He was a healthy extra. So we sent him to Anaheim in order to acquire my arch nemesis, Corey Perry, the man that I have had problems with. Corey Perry is not going to be my problem this year unless he doesn't produce. That's not a good sign. Corey Perry has dropped off to an 81 overall two-way forward. And Corey Perry, by the way, I think he's 36 years old now. But we're in the playoffs. I just needed Perry for the regular season, and getting into the playoffs, maybe we get over that hump with Corey Perry being on the first line with this squad. And then, of course, we can move on from him in the offseason. I think he's going to retire. He's basically going to retire. He's falling off very quickly. I just need him for the playoff run. The best part is I'm playing the games as the Calgary Flames, so I get to actually play. So I actually get to play as the exasperating Corey Perry. And you know the deal in the net. You know what the deal is. It's Peter Mrazek backed up by Darcy Kemper. I don't want to see from Darcy Kemper if I don't have to. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I have leaned heavily on Peter Mrazek in playoffs past and in regular seasons to this point. The guy's hips probably are on fire by this point because he has carried all of the load for the Calgary Flames over the last, is pretty much since the very beginning of the GM mode, if you think about it. So that's 9 straight seasons, I have asked this much out of Peter Mrazek. We've seen the playoff tree, but I'm going to show it again before we go into gameplay. This is just who made it in and who is playing who in the first round. You can see it there. Edmonton made it in. They qualified as a wild card team. Their reward for doing that is the Colorado Avalanche. I am going to need the Edmonton Oilers to make it. We have to, essentially, to play Edmonton, we both need to make the conference final. Is that likely? I do not know. Edmonton are the defending Cup champions. They defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup final in Season 8. This has become a yearly tradition at this point. The San Jose Sharks and Calgary Flames get familiar with each other one more time in the playoffs. And I saw something that was interesting to my eye. I think Enroth is in the net. We're going to find out. There it is. Yep. Jonas Enroth is in the cage for the San Jose Sharks. That's crazy. I love those pads. It looks sick with the uniforms. That actually is a nice setup for Jonas Enroth. There he is on the right wing, number 11 in your Calgary Flames lineup, Corey Perry. Double 11 because he's number 1 in everyone's hearts. 2 times. He's number 1 in our hearts twice. I have been dogged by Corey Perry in this playoffs past anyway, against the Anaheim Ducks. Well, now he's on my side. That was a lazy pass back to the point. We're back here playing playoff games once again. A little bit of an awkward D-to-D setup here. Hammered around by Ekblad. Waiting in the neutral zone is Perry. He sets up Tyler Seguin. Seguin a bump deke around the outside. Still looking for the setup. No one's open. It's Ekblad. Just got to get a first shot on goal, but it's going to whistle wide. Blum pinches in down the wall. Blum's playing really strong. Strong on the puck. Rajala on a change, or I think that was Rajala. There's a lot going on right now. An interesting start. There he is, Sean Monahan. Just a little bump and a nudge, just to remind him. I'm going to own you in this series. I fully intend on it. Nice dangle move through center ice. Corey Perry has still not gone on a change. He has the puck. Dekes it into Enroth, stays with the puck, gets a shot on. So Corey Perry has the first official shot on goal for the Calgary Flames of this playoffs. Blackso a slapper. Knocked down Perry on the back end. Perry trying to prevail. Faxa keeps it in, flings it wide. That's right, we have Radek Faxa here in the lineup, wearing the number 97, the McDavid number. Shot low to the ice, deflection by Faxa, kept out by Jonas Enroth. The Flames in full control of Game 1 right now. I love it. Corey Perry could be a difference maker. He was an 86, I think, overall rating when the season began. He is an 81 overall now, so he really quickly dropped off right before the playoffs. Couldn't have picked a better time to have that massive drop-off. Either way, he doesn't even look all that unfazed out here. He's a veteran. He has the experience. He leads by the experience that he collected as a member of the Anaheim Duck, now a Calgary Flame, taken to a big ride. Oh! Did you see that? The net is taken off by Carlson. After I hit Carlson, he tripped up one of my players coming back through. And then he ran into the net. He's a blind man out there skating right into Peter Mrazek's crease. Okay. The Sharks have not registered a shot on net, but it's still very early, so not something to get too focused on right now. Simon Luff plays it to Caron, I wanted Caron to be in the lineup. He was my trade deadline acquisition from the Boston Bruins the last time we made the playoffs, which was 2 seasons ago. That's a very cautious check along the boards against Pettit, stolen away and dumped back in. Well, attempted dump back in anyway. But I wanted to keep Caron in the lineup for this full season just to, save a little bit of money. It's a roster space that I could fill with a little bit of a big body presence out there. What is Hanowski doing? He runs into McEwen. Clefbaum, my acquisition from the Edmonton Oilers in a trade. Oh, I was just listening to this song. I was literally just listening to this song not that long ago today. I'm just letting it play for a second. The song is Armageddon It by Def Leppard. For those of you that maybe cannot hear it or have no idea what the song is, I was listening to that earlier today. I'm a pretty big Def Leppard fan. So I had to have the custom music in here. That and Pour Some Sugar on Me are 2 Def Leppard songs that are in the custom music for this game as off-play music. Radek Faxa stays with this. Faxa to the outside. Cutback move against the grain. Aaron Ekblad, you got a wide open shot. You need it. Ekblad, all right. Way to knock the stick out of Gagliardi's hand. He can't check you because he doesn't have a stick. Back to Blum. Full possession. The stick in the way. That's hailed wide of the net. Flames just prevailing on this possession. Radek Faxa. Cut back against the grain. Stick lifted twice. Played to Kostitsyn. Now picked up by Blum. Down for Ekblad. Knocked down in the skates of Gagliardi. A possession that went everywhere and in between, but no official shots, I think, were registered on the goal for the Calgary Flames. Cutback move, just going to chip it in. They were double-teaming Kostitsyn. Pinned along the boards in the corner. Carlson skates it away for San Jose. Dumped in further. Clefbaum to the corner. In a battle against the forecheckers. Hanowski's wide open headman pass. Watch the Sharks coming in off a change. Dumped in on Enroth. Caught out of the air. Whistle in the defensive zone for San Jose coming up. TJ Gagliardi, a problem for us to defend in series past. I'm going to try my best to not allow him to have a lot of space out here. Space on the ice for that guy is not a good sign if you're the opposing team. This is not a very strong start, in my opinion, for San Jose. So if I was the Sharks, I know that they have a few shots on net. But it's not been how you want to open your first game of the series on home ice. You have home ice advantage. I didn't check, but I think San Jose. What did San Jose do? They finished second in the division? They have home ice, so yeah, they would finish second in the division. There's a goal. It would be Sean Monahan scoring the opening goal in the series. Well, there you have it. I traded him away. This is such a crazy storyline. I trade him away. He's dropped on waivers by the Bruins, who we traded him to. Picked up on waivers by Montreal. I don't know exactly what happened there. Montreal, I guess, does not re-sign Sean Monahan. They let him reach free agency, so he's an unrestricted free agent. There's like 5 or 6 teams that want Sean Monahan's services in free agency, including myself. I approach Monahan twice. I give him an initial offer in free agency. You can see the episode. And then I came back with an even bigger offer to Sean Monahan. He rejected it. I don't know why we didn't shoot the puck there. We need a goal. There's one flung along low to the ice by Sagan, I believe. But anyway, he rejects my offer in free agency to sign with San Jose and then comes in here. That's definitely an interference penalty. It's an interference penalty. No doubt about this one. I tried to time it right when the puck got there. So back to the Monahan story. Signs with San Jose as now an 85. When we traded Monahan, I want to say that he was roughly a 70-something overall player. He was like 75 overall when I traded him to the Bruins just a few seasons back. Bertrand, short side attempt on the power play, the first power play of the game as well, going to San Jose. Nothing is really seeming to click right now for the Calgary Flames, despite having the better possession, the better chances, and playing the physical game as well. We just can't get anything to go our way. Laxo, you got to shield it. You got to shield it as best you can. Perry goes at Pavelski. Those two have been very familiar with each other because they played in the same division as members of the Anaheim Ducks in terms of Corey Perry, and then, of course, Joe Pavelski playing with the San Jose Sharks for his entire career. That's a high stick against Sagan. 5-on-3. We just cannot do this. We cannot do this tonight. Just a little bit undisciplined. Maybe a bit of frustration as well coming out of the Calgary Flames due to the fact that the chances have been pretty decent. We don't have a goal. I'd say that we've owned this first period in terms of just overall play. Forget about the scoreboard for a second. We have had the better play. That should have been a whistle. That's going to cost me a goal. Ekblad, you're going. You're going up the ice here. Inside the blue line, there's the pivot move. Just wristed through. It got blocked down. Mueller, headman to Monahan. Now I really want to hit Sean Monahan. I got to put the physical body on Sean Monahan at some point. We're going to just send this down because it's 5-on-3. McEwen brought that back in offside after it was slapped partially out of the zone by Ekblad. Winquist with the short side bid. I think this was off the face. No. When did that happen? Oh, yeah, that's a slap shot. That's right. That's a slap shot glove save. That just happened. There was the play immediately off the face-off. Important face-off win by Radek Faksa. We're just going to send... They're just knocking everything down when we try to clear it. Faksa. Spin off of that. Keep protecting that puck. Just keep shielding it with your body. Who is this up on the play? I don't know who has this. I'm just going to twist it down low. There you go. That's how you kill a penalty right here, folks. Until you get demolished by Logan Couture on the ice, who had an excellent offensive production season. Did you see Blum just toe drag around the net with that to protect the puck, and he clears it? I have control of Riley Smith, and on that forecheck, we got to have our heads up and sticks on the ice, just like that. Yep, turn around, Riley Smith. Could have gone right to that, but we're going to kill this penalty off. Unless Mrazek gives up a really bad goal here. Well, it's not a power play goal, but Bertrand collects the loose puck in front. They have just gotten a couple of fortuitous plays and bounces so far in this game. Down 2-0 to start. Blocked by Pavelski. We're trying to whack away at it with Riley Smith. Bertrand collects it. It was free to his stick. Rough first period for Peter Mrazek and the Flames. Need to get it together. I'm going to put the lines in a blender if we don't get some offense before long. I'm not going to say before the period ends. I almost did say that, but before long, we need to get some offense to open either to end this period or to open the second period of play. I don't know why Ollie did a second deke there. He's still got a good chance on the net. Chip it back down low. Hanowski is waiting. Spinning move. Hanowski pull-up shot. Kostitsyn turned one on instead. There's a nudge to give him to Carlson. Another penalty, slashing. Goodness gracious. Can't catch a break. Can't catch a break in this game right now. Yeah, I'm pretty incensed at that call. I mean, why did McEwen buy such a weak twig, buddy? It can't handle a soft slash like that. Unreal. Right back on the peak, and it's out of play. Corey Perry nudges that out of play. There's a good close-up look of Corey Perry in Flames gear. Because this is the first time that I've actually gotten to play as Corey Perry in the GM mode. They're right around it, man, on the rebounds and everything. Yeah, this is not going to end favorably for us if we don't change the way we kill penalties and the way we play defense. Corey Perry, centering pass for Eller, or pass out the center for Eller, missed it. Uh-oh, this looks like the San Jose Sharks. They just seem like they're almost too much for us right now. They've got all the momentum. They got that momentous swag, yo. Unfortunately, they do. Good play by Perry. That's what we needed. He's got to use those 36-year-old legs to skate now. And shorthanded, he does it. This is what I brought Corey Perry here to do. That's a mega goal by number 11, Corey Perry. He made the first play to knock it down. It went all the way back into the zone. And even with his tired old legs out there, he beat Irwin to that puck and then made the moves on Enroth. That's what I need. Absolutely worth trading Seeloff, who was a problem for this team, because he took a lot of penalties. We move on from Seeloff. We bring in Clefbaum. We bring in Perry. I like it. Corey Perry already making a difference in this series. There's Radek Faksa, a little inside-out move. Faksa around the world, nudged off the puck behind the net. This is Sagan going across the Blum. Shot just wide. I might need to switch Blum and Clefbaum, because typically, doesn't Clefbaum wear like 70? 77 seems like more of a Clefbaum type number. I don't know what number he wore in the real world. Unfortunate story for that guy in the real world, by the way, how his career ended. We've created another breakaway. Off the post, beside Enroth. That breakaway was created, by the way, by Corey Perry. Monahan is sandwiched there on that hit. Perry created that chance for Eller to begin with. I want to just make that clear. He's done it twice on the same penalty kill. Radek Faksa, up and over Deke. Up and over move, shooting. Saved by Enroth. Granlund. It was lost to Kostitsyn. We're just going to have to float it toward the net. Deflection in front. We can't get to it, but an excellent first period, especially for us, the way it started and the way it ended. The little bit in the middle kind of sucked. To get the goal shorthanded was crucial. We almost got another one right there off the breakaway from Lars Eller. Everything was coming up Flames at the end of the period. Jonas Enroth stands tall. He forced Lars Eller to shoot off the post. He took away just enough net on the breakaway created by who else? Corey freaking Perry. I love everything Corey Perry has done in this game so far. Sagan on a loose play. Get into open position. Corey Perry shoots the goal! Yeah! Deflection by Riley Smith, and guess who shot it? Corey Perry. I'm gonna go from hating Corey Perry with everything in my veins to falling in absolute love with this guy. He has made 2 good plays in this game. It hits Smith's stick and deflects. I wanted to say that went 5-hole, right? That deflected 5-hole through Enroth. We are tied. A quick 2 goals. That one to open the period just 30 seconds into the second. And the Flames have an even game on the scoreboard now. Look at the forecheck of Lars Eller. This team is motivated, pumped up for this game. The setup for Corey Perry in the slot was wonderful just to begin with. I knew I had to find his stick blade on the ice. We're going to dump this in. which we haven't seen a whole lot of, but I know we can get in on that forecheck because Lars Eller leads by example there. Eller against Vlasic, kicked in front, turned on by Faxa. Luff the pinch down the wall, just throws it back in, off the net, in front to Lusty, glove side saved by Enroth. This is, if we can do this for the whole series, however long this series takes, we're going to come out victorious. Dump it in, get on the forecheck, set up people in front of the net. We've got the nice low to high play coming out from behind the net. Going to be too much to defend, too much to deal with for the San Jose Sharks in this series. I can tell you this much. You cannot do this for an entire 7 games, best of 7, whatever this is. Who else in the slot? He's a freaking Magic Man. Corey Perry has 3 points, 2 goals in just not even the first half of the game. Standing wide open in the slot, that's what he does. He is all business from the middle of the ring. How do you leave this guy standing wide open? I know he's 36 years old, but man, he's not quite a grandpa yet. You can't leave him standing there all alone for the whole series. Please do, though. I invite you to do that. Oh, that first line is cooking, man. Let him cook. Corey Perry is the chef with La Masterpiece so far to this point in the game. I love it. I'll have seconds and thirds even. I mean, we've already had thirds. Yes, 3 points. Down low for Hanowski. Nice interchange there. Hanowski pulling up. Bank pass back to the point. Aaron Ekblad can walk to the middle. And I'll tell you, Enroth is definitely, he's sweating in that goal crease. Absolutely sweating in that goal crease. You know he is. That will not make it for icing, but we can go to Blum off of Peter Mrazek. Not exactly how Peter Mrazek wants to see that play form. Who else? But Corey Perry getting it on the forecheck. He gives a nice nudge there. Down low for Perry. Perry, nice move to get to the inside. Perry protects. Down low to Riley Smith. Just a little off target with the pass. It was slowed down a little bit before it could get there. Gagliardi off the zone entry. We're going to cover. This is actually really exciting. This is really fun. The gameplay is so much fun with Corey Perry. Why didn't I make this trade sooner? Ekblad from right in the middle of the ice. Look at this shot. God. That close to hitting Kostitsyn. I would have been terrified to just be in the general area of where that shot was coming. So I'm going to chip this bank pass out to neutral ice. Sean Monahan will hand. There we go. The first controller disconnect. As Monahan had played it forward. The dump in now from the Sharks. We have retrieved it. Lazy pass coming out of the zone. Ooh, that was so sketchy. Batted out of the zone. Oh my God, now the Sharks are turning the tide the other way. Batted back in by Clefbaum, score. Winquist set up by, I think Sean Monahan set that goal up. We were everywhere and in between in that play. Yes, Sean Monahan sets up Winquist's first goal of this playoffs. They work it down low in the corner, out of the corner, into the slot. Both teams have goals that are set up in the slot from a low to high play. So tough for a goaltender to do anything about that feed. It is what it is. This is going to be a high-scoring first game. If we're not careful, this is going to be a really crazy first game. Radek Faksa, you got to pick that puck up. He cuts back against the grain, feeds to Lusty. I think just lost the handle off the pad of Enroth. Luff between the dots, played between the dots. He had Tierney, shot, turned aside in the corner. Eller chips it out the center to Lusty. Just couldn't get full possession of the puck. It is nudged all the way back in. Mueller on the forecheck is Faksa and Talusti going hard at Mueller. I've already gotten comfortable with Radek Faksa. I knew that there were some new names and some new numbers on this squad. That's a dangerous play coming. That's so lazy, so bad coming out of the zone. Headman pass, misses Faksa. I knew that there was a few new numbers. I know that Faksa is 97. I got this. I got this side here. No, you don't. No, you don't. Set up in front. Mrazek just take the whistle. You can see that the ice kind of tilts back and forth between the two teams right now. We're seeing it tilt back and forth between the two teams. One team grabs a bit of momentum, and it swings in their favor for a bit, and then it swings back the other way. It's almost like a little pendulum right now. Just keeps swinging back and forth. Neither team can take full control of the game right now. This is where you got to dump it in, I think. I think you just got to get the puck in deep. We have this guy that can forecheck Karan for a reason here. Down the wall. Blum shoots short side. batted away by Enroth and kept in front of him for a face-off. We saw in the St. Louis series in the Western Conference Final, the couple of games that Caron got in that playoff round, he was a good net front piece. So, which is great news for me. You have a big body like that, and they can go stand in front and make a difference by just being in front of the net. We can shoot it from anywhere. Vlasic's offside, just a nice friendly nudge after the offside. We're now at the halfway point in the game. So, from here on in, I would like to see Calgary start to take some control of this game, take full control of the game. I think we can just dump it in. We've got the Perry forecheck, because Perry's been great. He's been right in on that forecheck this evening. He still is. He's just dogging it. Dogging that puck on the forecheck. Riley Smith jumps up on this play, knocked down by Sagan, but it is going to be played behind the blue line. So I have to now take it into the zone. Sagan shooting, turned aside with the blocker, maybe the stick of Enroth. Not a bad idea to take that little shot there inside the blue line. Ekblad makes the hit. We got to collect the puck and get it going. I got to bank this puck off the glass. Got to get it out to center. Hanowski, just lost off the skate of whoever was defending Hanowski. He keeps at it. It's Demers who defended Hanowski initially. Demers across to Gagliardi. They got it through the middle, knocked down. You can see it's a little bit back and forth. This is very much a stalemate right now between these two teams. No one's got the ice tilted in their favor at the current moment. We'll take that face-off. I'm taking that face-off. I don't want to make any little minor mistakes with it right now. And I'm not getting into a fight with anyone right now, although I think that's Monahan trying to stir it up in front of Mrazek. This is the Ekblad hit. Yes, it is. Good thing he's got a helmet on. Because his head went right into the boards. How good is Radek Faksa? He's great in the dot. Nice little face-off win. Monahan nudge. Monahan's he's making plays out here. That's blocked off of Laxo and out of play. I got to remember that Laxo is indeed number 4. Screw you, Monahan. We will be all over you in this entire playoff series. Stick to him like glue, buddy. We got to chip this puck out. We got to get the puck out. Just got to saucer it out to center ice. Caron. You want to get out of the way? We're going to send it down low. Emerton, let's just skate away from the puck. I didn't want to go back to the point. This is going to work out. It's not. It's offside. Again, you just don't have that fine handle of the puck near the blue line. So Clefbaum brought it back in offside. I was in a bit of a pickle there. Fox is winning the faceoffs. Cross corner dump in. Received by Vlasic. Rimmed around the boards. That's going to set Pavelski up. You can't. You did that to your teammate, okay? I didn't do that. I did that. I did the hitting part, but you set up your teammate for a bad play there. Look at this. We just couldn't ride the blue line right there. His hair is sticking out of the back of his helmet. That's Luff closing off Winquist, I think that is. So that's not even the Pavelski hit on the rim around that Vlasic did. Kind of a lazy play, I guess. Well, not really a lazy play. I think Pavelski just needed to have his head up. There's the hard dump in. Look at the speed with which we're dumping the puck in hard, and then we're just jumping right up on the forecheck and getting it right back. So that hard slap shot rim dump in is working perfectly. We're just got to keep executing it the whole night. Look at the forecheck. It doesn't matter where the forecheck is. That's a beautiful turnover. Sagan. Just want to protect this puck. We want to shield it because I want to set up Corey Perry, but we're going to set up Smith, who's going to shoot it wide or deflect wide. Dangerous for me to step up with Clefbaum right there the way that I did in neutral ice. They get past me. It's an odd man rush guaranteed. I want to pin this, and we will. Pinned along. Clefbaum first man to it. On a change with Bertrand, but he's going to dump it in offside. No one can regain control. It's crazy how no one has control. A little bit sloppy setting up Sagan. He was way too tight to the net for that to ever go in. I guess it could probably find a small gap. Radek Faksa to take another face-off for Calgary. Couture taking it for San Jose, but Radek Faksa is a freaking beast in the dot right now. And you know, with the slider that I have, it's hard to win face-offs. I'm going to be real with you. I didn't mean to kick it that way. Either way, we have to do a D-retrieval. We have to leave it there. I don't know why Blum left the puck there. That's not at all what I wanted to do. You've got to make up for it by winning a physical battle, and then Eller, we need to dump it in. Oh, it hit the back of the net behind Enroth. Played by Irwin. Over to a D partner. That's going to be collected by Yuri Talusti, staying on side, trying to get it over to Eller. Eller to Talusti, goal! What a play! We just stayed with that puck. It was a little bit sloppy. That entire sequence was pretty sloppy. And yet we still connect with Yuri Talusti. They were doing all the work along the boards there to just keep pushing that puck deeper into the zone. The initial pass across for Eller was a little sloppy by Talusti. He gets it right back from Eller, who just stayed with it. We've set up 2 goals in the slot area in this game. We have now reclaimed the lead. 4-3. Will that stand? Now you really can play your dump and chase game. You just got to now focus on just chipping away in the corner, get after it, grind. Every shift needs to be a grinding shift because San Jose is not going to go away in this game. I guarantee you they won't go away in this game. Hanowski, just stay up there, be patient, wait for that puck. Here's your chance to hammer it on the net. Maybe. Is that a shot on goal? I don't know if it whistled wide or if it made an actual save on that. Either way, the forecheck has been just pristine. Really, pristine forechecking from Calgary. And hitting as well. Laxo off the zone entry. Not so easily done for San Jose here. Hanowski, board pin. Penalty coming up. Slashing. Riley Smith got a stick in there with 9 seconds left in the period. You're going to take a stick infraction. I think it's a high stick, not a slash. That was me, by the way. I thought I had control of someone else, and I pressed X. And when I did, of course, Riley Smith goes and high sticks somebody. Right in the frickin' face. Right in the jugular. And Radek Faksa, when I need a face-off win the most. Oh, my God. Oh, my God! That was dirty, delicious. Radek Faksa is set up from Tyler Seguin. He made the man miss on the windmill, but look at that little move to create the space. You can't tell me that wasn't one of the sickest goals. We carved these guys up like cheese on that play. We have 2 goals shorthanded in this game. That was that was gnarly. What a blowing play. What a deflating play for the Sharks at the end of the period. I want the full replay of that goal. The windmill was super awesome. That was the best part about that play was the windmill move by Seguin. I was surprised I pulled it off because I normally can't windmill like that with a right-handed shot. It's just for some reason, the skill stick is very awkward for me because of my brain, the way my brain works. But that was, so far, that's the best goal of the playoffs. That is the goal of the playoffs right now. 2-goal lead. Coming into this period with that 2-goal lead means everything to me right now. Getting that second goal at the end of the period to get to extend the lead to 5-3. At a certain point, you'd have to imagine that goaltending is going to take over. We need Peter Mrazek to take over this game from here to the end because San Jose is going to get their chances. I'm going to prepare you right now. They're on a power play right now. So they're definitely going to get their looks. They're going to get their chances. I just need my best goaltending performance from that man that made the save, my controller. That's the controller disconnecting. That is totally out of my control. When it disconnected, it didn't fully disconnect, but because it wasn't fully connected, I didn't have control over the player that I had along the wall. It creates this odd rebound that no one can get to except for Joe Pavelski. Just like that, the Sharks are back to within 1. I told you to look out for San Jose. A little bit of foreshadowing for you. When they got onto that power play, they have now cut into the lead again. The goal at the end of the period is vital right now. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know what this Flames team needs to do to shut this game down. But I'll tell you one thing is for certain. Don't take any more stupid freaking penalties. I mean, how do you miss that shot? How do you miss that shot? That's a bad play. Vlasic, at least it's the defenseman taking this away. I'm risking that along the boards. Granlund is there. It's just so slow. It's one of the, just a wild opening game between these two teams. You thought this first game of the St. Louis Blues series was crazy. This is gonna be right up there with that. If this keeps up, that's a dangerous play. It's off the boards by the bench. Riley Smith gives for Sagan. Sagan power move, backhander. Smith trying to turn it around. Got to watch these sticks as I'm coming back through on the back check. That's going to be brought in. Monahan is lit up at the blue line. Stand-up hit there at the blue line on Sean Monahan. Don't reject my contract offers. Perfectly batted back in by Sagan, except for Riley Smith just taking a wide angle turn to get to that puck. He couldn't collect it. Dumped in. Attempt by Monahan. He's scared. Chipped out the center ice. Obliterating hit by the boards by Radek Faksa, I think. Blum plays it further back in. Ekblad, a nudge on Couture. A couple of nudges for Couture. Demers, blocker side save. Wristed out of the zone by Lars Eller, I think, for the Flames. Sent back in. Blum handles behind the Flames net on the boards. Waiting is Toulouse. Got it. Leaves it there. A miscommunication with Blum. I don't know why he did a drop pass. Chipped back in, cross corner. The Flames can settle down and slow down this game, which has gotten very frantic all of a sudden. So we had a bit of a chill second period. The chaos is kicking off again. Through the crease of Enroth, played up to Tierney now. So much going on that my brain, the commentary I can't keep up. I can't keep up with what's going on anymore. Oh, take a breath. We should have scored on the putback there with Riley Smith, but anyway. Whoa. Nice opportunity to grab some water, catch a little bit of a breather, take a break as we continue just pushing along. We got to keep pedaling along in this period against San Jose. It's a full 60-minute effort that's going to be required against this team. No one's on the board, so I don't have a play here. McEwen cutting back through center. Sharks dump it in, cross corner once more. Emerton or Clefbaum. Someone's got to retrieve that. Personally, for me, I would prefer to see the defenseman retrieve that. Bank pass to himself by Caron. Toe drag, little dangle move there against Irwin. Irwin succeeded in getting the puck off of Caron. Send in off the stanchion. Knocked down. Blocked wide by Ollie. Kicked up the boards. Ollie doesn't have anyone coming to get this puck. Hanowski, we're going to just wrist shot this in. Lots of dump and chase now to the end of the game. It's all about just trying to set up the end of the game. Get the puck in deep. Play a full 60 minutes here. Get the puck in deep. Hanowski, a toe drag move. Another one. Sent along for Kostitsyn, but I don't think Kostitsyn had any idea what he had in mind. Whoops, that was an accidental dive. A dive by Kostitsyn. Well, you can have that dump in basically from the middle of the rink. As long as Mrazek will catch that, we can freeze it there. I don't like that we haven't set anything up in a while offensively. I don't know why we're getting a replay of that save either, but I don't like that we haven't set anything up offensively in a while. It's time for one of these lines to go out there and take over the game offensively. Have a shift where you take it over. We haven't, you know what's a problem? We haven't been on the power play. They had Bertrand set up there in the middle of the rink. I'm going to dump this in as we have done all game long. We're going to be offside, but I'll take the offside. I don't care. I'll take it. I'll take the offside. We're going to get a penalty again. Should have just tagged up. Never mind. I should have just tagged up. God. You know what I don't understand, though, is how is that a penalty for charging? I didn't see anything wrong with that. That's literally a dump and chase forecheck. You know what's pissing me off the most about this game? I don't know. Should I be pissed off? I have 2 shorthanded goals in the game. But we haven't seen the power play one time tonight. It hasn't even had a chance to go on the ice surface for Calgary in this game. It's crazy. No power plays for Calgary. I just want to kind of let Mrazek see it if it's going to be from the blue line. But we got a lot of bodies in front. This is creating a problem for me. Faksa just did get that out. Back to center ice. Rowan McEwen stops up, cuts back. He didn't like what he saw on the zone entry. San Jose trying to get the controlled zone entry. Luff chip past to Eller. Eller's in behind. Scores a beautiful goal. Shorthanded, third time tonight, and on a breakaway. That was actually a beautiful pump fake by Eller. I don't know what it exposed. I think it exposed the lower part of the net. We go 5-hole with this goal. Yeah, beautiful. Look at this. Watch this. Are you going to see the pump fake? Is it going to show it in the replay? There was a little pump fake, little drag move with the stick to open up and change the angle, shooting low on Enroth. The Flames re-extend the lead to 2, 6-4 game now, with the Lars Eller shorthanded goal. So he gets involved shorthanded. Maybe I just don't need a freaking power play. Oh, he had some trouble with the dump in on that one. The best special teams we have is shorthanded. I'm covering that. Absolutely. If you're San Jose at this point in the game, you're probably saying, just don't give us the power play. Never mind. We decline. This is all the goals that he's given up in the game. This is a brutal highlight reel package for the San Jose netminder. Because I don't think any of this is his fault. Most of these are like backdoor plays, 2-on-1s, breakaways. This San Jose team is broken down in front of him, especially considering a lot of these goals are coming shorthanded. I honestly don't even know what the hell that music was. I don't remember whatever that song was that was just playing over the PA. Now, and Blum had the defenseman Blum just had a breakaway. If he scored on that move, I would have been surprised. We're no longer shorthanded, so San Jose doesn't have to worry about giving up breakaways. Jonathan Blum, got to make the pass out. We don't have to clear it because we're not killing a penalty anymore. There's the Sagan. For Perry, behind the net, Corey Perry, kick that along. That's fine. We got this 2-goal advantage. We can just kind of play now pretty relaxed with it as far as I'm concerned. Headman for Smith. Smith around the outside, gonna make a deke move. Spinorama in the corner, kick it up the boards. Go help him out, Sagan. He pushes Hurdle off the puck. Sagan trying to win that battle. It is out on the outlet to Martin, who dumps it in. Hanowski, a puck chop would be fine with me. That actually is going to work. One of the few times a puck chop like that has really worked out for me. I got to dangle around 3 defenders. Back to the point. Luff, shoot. Yep, wide of the net, but that's fine. McEwen. Over to Mueller. Knocked down by Hanowski a couple of times. Hanowski has it, shooting for the rebound. Right there, it was deposited for Kostitz, and he couldn't get on the rebound. Chipped in off the pad of Mrazek. Clefbaum flings it for Ollie. Giveaway to Demers. Pretty blatant giveaway to Demers, but we were trying to just get the puck out. Demers again. Knocked down to Carlson. Over to Mueller. Blocked wide. Clefbaum to that loose puck. Not really a rebound. I was going to say a rebound for a second there. Bank past the Rajala, but we're offside. Just want to get this game over with. I want to get out of the building right now. That's all I'm concerned with. Get to game 2, play a much tighter game 2, I guess. We could definitely be better. Absolutely. The team as a whole could be better. But the good news is in a pivotal game 1, the offense has shown up to this point. That's a great play coming back by Jonathan Blum. Ekblad works the left side. Blum defending the middle. This is out from behind the net. It's Gagliardi. Tried to wrist it along the boards behind the net. He's got the setup to Bertrand behind the net this time. Bertrand out from behind the net and around the goal line, out to the point now, blocked down. Irwin's attempt did not get through. Bertrand, a little floater on, saved by Mrazek. Couture out of the corner, dogged by Ekblad out of that corner. Back to the point goes Couture, blockered away by Mrazek on the shot. Blum with a hard saucer pass out of reach for Yuri Talusti, but it's played and knocked down. Talusti, okay! There was a lot going on right there. Eller couldn't keep it in. Man, this has been the story of the San Jose Sharks game tonight. Just sloppy turnovers, a cluster fumble game for San Jose. Lazy on defense, lazy coming out of their own zone, lazy on the power play. They have just looked like an uncollected mess so far through the first game of the series. They keep playing like this, it will be a short series, which obviously suits and benefits me. I don't have a problem with having a short series against San Jose. We've played 7-game series against the Sharks before. And I would prefer to not have to play a full 7 games against this team. This is just way too chaotic for me. We got a goaltender pull here. Eller up to Roddick Fox. Watch out, there's a body contact coming, and it is offside. So that'll be the first line. I'm going to give Corey Perry a chance to add to his point totals coming out of this game. And he's on hat-trick watch, is he not? He is on hat-trick watch. That deflected a couple of times in on Peter Mrazek. He stands tall. I have gotten, I wouldn't say the best version of Peter Mrazek in this game, but I've got a good enough version of Peter Mrazek. There is no goaltender pull. Chopped along for Sagan by Riley Smith. Sagan now goes to Perry. Shoot Perry. Blockered in the goal crease and cleared. Penalty coming up. We can get one more shorthanded. It's going to be Sagan. He's probably gone for goaltender interference. We were all around that loose puck. It was a pure chaos factory in the blue paint for a second there. And that was all created by Corey Perry's shot. So no attempt for Corey Perry to get that next goal or that point. It's not important right now. Karan, if the Sharks have pulled it, which I wouldn't be shocked. Have they pulled it? Pavelski's in on a breakaway. That slid through the goal crease. Poked away. Given up for Karan. If it's empty, it is empty. Karan, we should have just slap shot it into the net. That would have really pissed off the Sharks. But we will take the simple wrist shot into the empty cage. Karan gets his first of the playoffs. And all around, pretty decent effort from Calgary. It wasn't a great effort, but it was an all around solid, still a solid game. We got to tighten up in a few places. There's a few loose screws in this one particular game for this team. There were a few loose screws on the ice that we need to tighten up. But overall, we're going to come away victorious. That's the only thing. One step closer to round 2. It's just one win. I don't want to get carried away with myself. I have to say, though, I like what I saw tonight, especially from number 11 and the first line. He's out there killing the rest of this penalty. I guess I could have had him out there. That's it. Victory in Game 1 goes to the Calgary Flames. And as well, the important part of this is we take the victory on the road at the Shark Tank. Keep that in mind for when this series goes back home to Calgary. If we can take Game 2, the upper hand is ours and a lead that might feel insurmountable for the San Jose Sharks to overcome. A few too many sloppy and loose plays in our D zone that led to some goals I would have liked to have seen not go in. However, everyone was connecting offensively. The chemistry off the charts tonight.